Traders, welcome back to our price action trading lesson. We're looking at S&P 500 M&A futures. Today's session started with a trend range structure because we have trend down, trend up. The supportive indicated 1 bar EMA is completely flat, so the big structure is trend range, but my analysis doesn't end there. I also need to follow the short-term trend line rule so I can combine as many rules as I can and I can predict where the market's going to go. Since I know I'm trading in trend range, I also need to pay attention to the lowest point of this price action and the highest point. This is where I'm going to draw my key levels. These are generally significant key levels that may eventually come into play. But right now, my focus shifts on this uptrend working higher. Notice I have a uptrend break and new high, but this leg is so much longer than this one. I'm going to treat this as a brand new trend starting. And my short-term bias right now is bullish. Okay, my short-term bias is bullish because we are breaking this trend, and I expect new high to be tested following the trend line rule. So I expect new high to be tested, but I cannot go long far from the EMA. Market can pull back. So I'm thinking about some visual tool like a pullback to the EMA. That's going through my mind. Very close, but not close enough. Horrible bar, not full at the EMA, and uptrend played out with the break and push to a new extreme. Now, I can see that after breaking new high, prices keep working higher and we keep working higher. So now I have a little bit of a dilemma because I can see that price action is in a trend range, so most breakouts will fail according to trend range rules. But also, I have a lot of bounces here, so I was thinking about potential. Hold on, is there some spike in a channel pattern? Something like this, some spike in a channel, maybe like this, or maybe something like this, because the rejections here were quite strong after breaking new high. There was no good setup anyway, and generally you want to be patient when you have conflicting variables. But once prices broke lower, I completely abandoned any potential long idea. I adapted to this because it looks like we're back below EMA. So I'm following the trend range rules because this was the bigger pattern, the main pattern we started with. Uptrend, break new high. We're working lower. Also, we had two high impact news here. We had 8:45 and 9 o'clock. So basically you're sitting here and waiting patiently anyway. You have a break, push to a new extreme, and market keeps trending lower. So let's see what's going to happen. Now, it's likely that it's probably going to be some wider channel rather than breaking new low and push higher. You have to ask yourself, why would prices bounce in no man's land like this? But we're not predicting price action. We're following price action. We want to have this confirmed. We're not gamblers. So let's see what's going to happen. A new low, first entry short, and first entry short worked. And we have another first entry short working. So it looks like, okay, indeed, there should be wider channel because why after breaking new extreme are we trending lower? So I like deleting this and making it a little bit wider, using this as a first swing, second swing. We don't have third swing confirmation, but in a situation like this where you don't have third swing confirmation, the more smaller price swings they are, the more structured the downtrend looks, the more I can trust it. Now, since I'm right now looks like to be trading a downtrend, my goal is to wait for prices to get either to the EMA or the key entry point and take a two-legged pullback, which means I have to reset the count at each new low. So here we have right now the lowest low of this price action working lower. You have a first entry short here, giving it a second entry short, no second entry short, and I have to reset the count again. And you can see how structured the downtrend looks. Indeed, it looks like the wider channel is in play. Lowest low again, so I'm going to reset the count. I'm going to redraw my short-term uptrend like this. We have a new low, first entry short. Failed, of course, because the uptrend is in play. Notice I'm always drawing these short-term channels. I want to see second entry short because we have a new low, first entry short that is failing. Breaking new high, uptrend playing out. And now we have technically second entry short, which is almost confirming the trend line. You can draw it a little bit steeper like this, no problem. So this is what we want to see. Also, I have small resistance. This is where correction phase is ending at the key entry points. 3 key entry points, the resistance, trend line, the EMA. But this signal bar is important part of the setup. And here it is a bullish bar, so I cannot definitely sell below full bull bar. It's a terrible signal bar. And by the time I get this bar, it's simply too far down. The scalp is almost made. So great context. I can't enter quick little scalp, but unfortunately, the signal bar was terrible, so market is correcting. Gonna redraw short-term option working higher. I still expect new low though, because The downtrend is getting first break. Can we get some lower high here? We cannot. We're breaking lower. Notice how much we retraced. You have a lower high here, but problem is how deep the retracement is. You can see it retraced so much here. I prefer the lower high much higher, somewhere around here. Also, the body is not flat to EMA. Close to be decent setup, but I think we need something higher because this is not strong trend by any means. Okay, if I'm going to zoom back, you can see you are part of consolidation, so these trends are very weak. So I don't think we can go short just yet because it simply retraced too far down. It's not flat EMA. You don't have that much room to scalp out. You know, if you are more aggressive and you took a chance here, I can see some reasons, but overall, it's better to be patient. Market is correcting. So when I was watching this, I really thought that we're going to test the new low because yes, we have a double bottom, which means close can be considered enough sometimes in price action. But I saw broad to like a pullback. I was actually getting ready to go short here on a second entry short. New low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short. I was looking to combine the downtrend with the resistance because it brought two legs, but there was no trigger on the second entry short. You can see this single bar never triggered, so I canceled the order. Now you have bullish inside bar, so you cannot enter here because something is telling you why we didn't trigger on the first bar, why there's inside bar, why it stalled. So I can't take it now, which was good because we ended up going higher. So here you can see that I'm working with the price action as I get the information real time. Now in hindsight, we have a failed second entry short. Problem is the downtrend doesn't fully have break in extreme technically, okay, because you want this low to be lower than the latest low inside of the channel prior to break. So had there been break in new low, you can take failed second entry short here, but because there is only double bottom, you know, seems a little bit too early to take failed second entry short. So not the greatest. Let's see what's gonna happen. Market keeps working higher. Now when I'm watching this, you can see how strong the move looks. So I actually was thinking there is some spike in a channel pattern. Look how well the pattern fits. But pay attention to this key level. This is the important high of the day key level. This is where the extreme of a trend range may be. And sellers, they sold here, market trending lower. So I had to delete this. I don't have to keep this because I don't want to argue with the market. Breaking new high. So not easy structure today, very slow, not that many setups. And you can see I'm also not perfect. I'm adjusting these channels as price action gives me more information because this is difficult structure to trade because it is unclear bias. We're just going sideways. We're just whipsawing up and down. So once I can see market retracing too far down, I'm going to delete the channel. And since I'm in the trend range, I'm quick to adapt. Okay, I'm not arguing with the market. This is a whipsaw price action. This is not a trending market by any means. So once any channel is negated, I have to quickly adapt to different alternative. I don't think we can take a lower high. Seems a little bit too early because yes, it worked. It's not even that big. It seems big, but it's only 3 points. NTR was low. It worked, but it's not confirming much. You're basically confirming only the half-day key level bounce, and it looked good for spike in a channel just a few minutes ago. So this is kind of one of those setups where your gut feeling is probably telling you this lower high alone is going to work, but technically it's not confirming much. The trend range is not super healthy. I don't think we can pull the trigger even though it worked. What I want to see is a second entry short because as a trader, I'm just sticking to the short-term trend lines. This downtrend now is expected to test the new low. We have a new low first entry short, and we have a second entry short. You have a second entry short, and this is first great high probability setup. It looked very bullish. At the last second, it reversed all the way down like this. So great reversal. So we're going to wait for trigger below this bar. We're going to scalp for 8 ticks. You can even scalp a little bit less because ATR was super low. You can see this bar looks massive, but it's only 2.25. It's only 2.25. This is tiny bar. So you don't have to get scared. These bars are really not that big as they seem. We normally scalp for 8 ticks, but you may even consider 6. It worked for 10 ticks, so scalp was made no problem, even slightly bigger one. No lower high, no nothing. And market reversed up, which is quite surprising, but it just goes to show how choppy the price action is. But it worked for a scalp, so no problem, even when the ATR is this low. You have some lower high, but I don't know, just not that great. Some small support prices keep working or we keep working. Okay. Why the push down is so strong? I'm gonna redraw a new downtrend because this trend down is quite strong on its own. We're just going a little bit sideways here. You have a new low, first entry short, second entry short. Of course, I cannot take second entry short inside bar from the EMA. Nothing good here. You know, this is interesting. This is, you have some small resistance. This is not double trap because double trap has to stop the first entry short here, first entry short. So this is technically considered new high, first entry long, second entry long failure. This is not the worst setup because the signal bar is decent. Problem is, you don't have that much room before you're gonna scalp out before the lows. Yes, you don't have to be perfect. It can be a little bit lower. You can work with the tail, but you don't have that much room. More advanced trader can consider. It's not a super textbook setup. If you have some smaller bar closing here, it's better. But, you know, not that much of a room, so a little bit more aggressive. Breaking new low, downtrend played out. So now I'm gonna pause, looking to go short. Here we have a second entry short, and this one is tempting locally, but our downtrend just played out. And remember, I'm gonna zoom out. We are in trend range, so you have to be careful. You cannot be as aggressive. This is common. We actually got trapped on this, I mean, like last week or a few days ago, where we are taking a second entry short after fell breakout in a trend range. So since this is a trend range, clear big trend range, and our short-term downtrend just played out, I definitely cannot take it just yet. Looks tempting, but this is not trending market, okay? Sometimes traders, they just focus on the singular pattern. They don't understand that it's about the structure. And this pattern looks too big now. Everything is, I don't want to draw this channel because I don't get second swing confirmation here. Why do I have second swing confirmation all the way down here? So for this reason, I'm going to keep my tighter channel, because if I draw this one, why we have no confirmations here? So we are exactly at the extreme of a trend range. I can't take it. You know, this is tempting again, but it's above EMA. What is the structure? You know, this is one of those setups where as an advanced trader, you kind of understand. And this happens a lot when you're trying to fade the breakout, for example. Sometimes you have a nice fail breakout at the bottom, and the first one will fail, but you have a nice second opportunity where you can't really explain it technical wise. But when you have gut feeling, when you have your experience, you understand that a lot of early sellers or buyers, they get trapped, and you can take advantage of this. So sometimes professional traders, they will sell here because they know that all the sellers sold this great looking second entry short, and they just were a little bit early. But this is way too objective, so I'm not going to mark it. This lower high would have been actually decent if you have some better bar, not this doji, because why there is no reversal? After breaking new low and the trend range structure, you would expect push above EMA and reversal. You have broad break new high, broad break new high. So this is not reversal. Reversal is failing hard. Reversal is failing hard. So lower high would actually be the last confirmation that now you're okay to resume selling. In a situation like this, when we have conflicting variable, where I'm not sure if we're going to reverse or not after new low, it looks like it's going to go back down, but I need that last confirmation at lower high, but the signal bar is doji, so I can't take it. But in a situation like this with good signal bar, this lower high would have been great. Second entry short, but a little bit too early. And now I'm going to redraw via the downtrend because market keeps going lower and keeps going lower, so I have to explain it. Why? Tempting second entry short, but you have to use double bar entry. You have to use double bar entry. The uptrend has a very tiny break in new high, so insignificant. Now, once again, more advanced trader probably knows this is going to work, but you know, we can't really take a double bar entry. It looks like a one leg working high. I can't really take it, even though it worked. Push lower. We're correcting. We have another second entry short, but the signal bar is bullish. Then we have an inside bar, so I can't take it as well because this one is terrible signal bar, and then you have inside bar. This is not good enough, so I simply can't take it. I was thinking we may get some lower high, but there is no lower high. Now, what do you think? Can you take a lower high now or not? Because we're breaking the channel, so you expect new low. That is correct. By the way, I want to briefly mention that this was a 2-tier trend range. I'm going to measure the tier 1, copy it, measure the tier 2, and project it. And you can see this is the area where prices bounced and are correcting. So measure moves are not only for those two legs, but also trend range can be used as a measured move. Prices bounce here. Now you can't take lower high because number one, it's above EMA. The first entry long form above EMA. Okay, so that's not good. At least had it been below EMA. But also you can see, you can easily make a case for a slightly wider uptrend like this. You can see how perfectly this looks. In fact, it looks like one leg working higher. So EMA is still holding, I can't take it, and we have uptrend working higher. What about the failed second entry long? I was looking for failed second entry long, but not good enough. Why not good enough? Because the uptrend may get a new high. This is not a clear, broad two-legged pullback like this, where broad channel doesn't fit that well and I can expect bullish depletion. This is such a clean uptrend working higher. Signal bar is doji. I needed something stronger bearish bar closing here, so I can kind of get away from the bullish price action. I can kind of get closer to new low. This is still too sideways, still quite neutral, and there's ambiguity about this uptrend. I can't take it just yet. The signal bar is neutral. It's not closing low enough for us to negate any bullish pressure. Not good enough. I don't think I can take anything now because it's just simply way too congested. So I'm just waiting, break a new high. Okay, uptrend finally played out. So now my hands are free and I can expect new low to be tested following the trendline rule. A lower high would have been enough, but there was no lower high. We're back above. Not really too concerned. We still need to get new low. And I am now thinking about new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long, failure. It would also be new low, first entry short, second entry short. So we would have a second entry short and a failed second entry long, which is good. The more high probability setups you have, the better. So this is what I'm thinking about. Why? Because the downtrend still needs to get new extreme, uptrend played out. So it's looking like the market is about to tilt rollover to test the new low, but there was no good signal bar. We had this great setup, but I cannot sell below bullish doji above EMA. Super ugly on my chart, only if you have better bar, but on my chart, I just can't take it. You know, lower high breakout pullback once again, gigantic at the bottom, no room to scalp out. If you have some lower high breakout pullback, what it would be breakout pullback out of? It would be breakout pullback out of this consolidation breakout pullback, but I don't like selling at the bottom like this. Still would have worked, barely. New low was made, downtrend played out. We can expect now going to market cycle, correction reversal, and behold, market reverse, and it's about to close. So this is the overall structure for today. Once again, similar to yesterday, not that many setups today. We had few decent ones, but pretty much you have to be patient. Bad signal bars on a few great setups, but that's simply how it goes sometimes. Either way, I hope you had a good training. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to talk to you next time. Good luck in your trading.